come. What you've just seen is a clip from a brand new television series, and we've been waiting for quite a number of weeks to bring it to you. Tonight, the premiere episode, the story of Justin and Christopher Mallory and the ace crime fighter Phantomos. All this and more tonight on CINEKYD Television Theater.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's edition of CINEKYD Television Theater. I'm Bob Clark, the Executive Director of CINEKYD Enterprises Incorporated, and I'm so pleased that you could be with us for tonight's program. You're going to enjoy the next 30 minutes. It's cable entertainment at its finest, created by our young people. This is one television program that really is the product of the efforts of kids, boys and girls who come to CINEKYD from over 40 neighboring communities, and they range in age from 7 to 17 years. And tonight, we're going to go right to the first chapter of a series that we think you're really going to enjoy. It's called Phantomos, and it details the adventures of two teenage boys and the mysteries that surround their families. So here we go, Chapter 1 of Phantomos.
Years had passed. A decade and an ocean separated the two brothers from the memory of that rainy night, the accident, and the death of their parents. They had lived for the past 10 years with their grandparents, but when their grandfather died, their grandmother had decided to bring them home. Home, a house they had once shared with their mother and father, a house they barely remembered, and an aunt and uncle they had not seen since they were young, so long ago. The boys were greeted at the airport by the family chauffeur, Louis Redfield, their first reminder of that long ago past. They carried with them a secret they had shared with no one else, and they were about to discover a forgotten mystery. At this moment, however, all that mattered was that they were home. Justin Mallory, Christopher Mallory, returning to the only family that remained.
Can I get you a drink? Coke, Sprite, maybe something stronger? Oh, the welcoming committee.
I'm Miss Gladwin, your aunt's personal private secretary. Christopher? Justin?
It's very nice to meet you, Miss Gladwin.
Please be seated. Your manners are beautiful. These are your cousins, Miss Audrey and Master Theodore.
Hi, call me Ted.
Hi, Ted. I'm Chris.
Theodore!
Welcome to Mallory Manor. I am your Aunt Louise.
What mysteries await Justin and Christopher as they approach Mallory Manor and become a part of a family that they have not seen for almost a decade? Chapter 2 next week. And now we introduce a brand new series. This too has been created by the youngest members of our organization, the kids who are a part of the Tyro program. Can you imagine if you're between 7 and 11 years of age that you can on a weekly basis actually design and produce a television show? Here's one of them. It's a brand new series and a rather different one, and it's called Wizarius.
Judy, what do you think of Saudi Arabia?
Sounds nice, dear.
No, I mean living there. Only for a year or two, until the company gets more research money.
Bobby, Christina, Jennifer, it's time for dinner.
Sounds great, Mom. Won't I look divine as Michael? Hi, Dad.
Huh.
You're home early.
Yeah. What do you know about Saudi Arabia?
Condos and oil. They don't even have camels anymore.
Bobby, come in here. Your dinner's getting cold.
Here I am, Mom. There's a few more lines of program.
In here now and turn off that computer. What are we going to do with that boy? We don't even see him anymore. He stays at school till the principal throws him out.
I'll get twice my salary and a townhouse.
Jennifer, aren't you hungry?
Why can't I go as Princess Leia, Mom? Mark is going as Luke Skywalker. He even has the real belt that Luke Skywalker wore in The Empire Strikes Back. Mom, if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
Put down the computer magazine and eat your dinner.
Christina gets to go as Michael Jackson. Why can't I go as Princess Leia?
Christina's been saving her money on this costume for more than a year now. Up until a week ago, you wanted to be a Ghostbuster.
But I just met Mark. He's like a Jedi warrior. Jedi warrior.
That's enough. Daniel, aren't you going to do something?
I'm gonna go down to the personnel office and ask more about this job.
Are you serious?
My life is ruined. I'll never see Luke again.
Jennifer, don't you mean Sir Mark?
Hello, Michael.
Good night, Christina. Jennifer, are you still awake? Mom?
I can't go to school tomorrow. Everybody will know that I'm going as something stupid like a Ghostbuster.
Your father and I have talked about your Princess Leia costume. The one you want to buy costs too much. I'm sorry. We haven't really talked with you kids about this new job, but if your father doesn't take it, he'll be fired.
Fired?
But don't worry about it. He's taking the job.
But Mom, you always talk to us about important decisions.
Well, if he doesn't take it, we'll lose the house and everything we've worked for. It'll only be for a year or two.
My life is ruined. I'll never see Mark again.
Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow, okay?
Mom, I'm really tired. Good night.
Good night.
Jennifer Biddle. Now I'm really going crazy. That sounds like SG from Waldorf Academy. Jennifer, I have time to talk with you. But that's impossible. SG's with the captain in the lighthouse in Maine. Jennifer, here I am.
In the weeks to come, additional chapters of Wazarius, a brand new series created by the young people of our Tyro program in cooperation with Mr. Jim Hartman of Temple University and our own Mr. Ralph Abbott. And now, a series with a new look. The talents of Mr. David Trachtenberg move into a brand new area as we present a rather high-tech version of What's New at the Movies.
Hi. This week for What's New at the Movies, we're going to take a look at the new film 2010 An Odyssey 2. First, we're going to see how the original novel by Arthur C. Clarke became the screenplay for the film.
The monumental task of bringing 2010 to the screen began in May 1983, when writer-director Peter Hyams started work on the screenplay.
This is the story by Arthur C. Clarke, which is a fairly healthy cushion to sit on. Ultimately, that's all we do, is we tell somebody's story. And this is a story conceived by an extraordinary mind.
During the script-writing process, Hyams and Clarke exchanged ideas via computer link-up between Hyams' office in Los Angeles and Clarke's home in Sri Lanka.
I was, of course, very interested in seeing what the screenplay would be like as compared to the novel. And indeed, he had done one or two things which I told him at the time I would have probably incorporated in the novel. Maybe the best way of collaboration is for the two people on opposite sides of the world not to see each other until it's all over.
The film stars Roy Scheider. This is his first film since Blue Thunder, which was made in 1983. In the film, he plays the character Haywood Floyd.
If you remember from 2001, he was the coordinator of the program that went up to investigate the monolith. He's an engineer and a scientist. He's not exactly an adventuresome character. You'd say he was a civilian, suddenly thrown into being out in space and having to do what astronauts do.
I can't tell you how I know what I know, because if I did, you'd never believe me. I never believe me. You simply have to trust me.
Since a great deal of the film takes place in outer space, the production crew had to come up with a way to make the actors appear weightless.
This guy, Bob Harmon, this English flying wizard, who's worked out this amazing system. It takes 3 men to fly one. And one to move you this way, one to move you this way, and one to move you this way. And then you move yourself every other way just by shifting your weight. Just spun around and twisted and turned. Just loved it, traveling about 20 miles an hour across the soundstage. They kept telling me, John, just calm down up there. Astronauts in space don't clown around.
Following the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, writer, director, producer Peter Hyams explains the concept of the film.
It's about something that not only could happen, it's about something that we'd love to actually happen because it's so hopeful. And I don't think that there's anything more primal, at least in me, than the fascination with making contact. The idea of actually breaking through and making contact with another species. That's what the film's about, and space, I think, is the frontier we are looking to do that in.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of What's New at the Movies. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I look forward to seeing you in the weeks to come when we take a look at the film Terminator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we're also going to take a look at some classic James Bond clips. Until then, I'm David Trachtenberg. Good night.
Thank you, Dave. An interesting motion picture and an opportunity, a rare opportunity, to see just what has gone into the making of something so special. From the world of outer space to life along a quiet lake. Last week, Andrew was besieged and beset by the problems that faced most families taking care of the kids. Let's see this week if things have improved as we visit with the Flywheel family.
Yes, Mrs. Nordhath. Yes. I realize I said I'd have it done today. I'm working on it right now. I'll have it ready first thing tomorrow. Yeah. Goodbye. Toasters. Hi, Mr. Kraft. Bucky isn't there yet? He should have been there 10 minutes ago. Yes. Well, I'm sure he'll be there any minute now. Okay. Bye. Where could Bucky be?
Andrew, what am I supposed to do?
What's wrong?
Enrico stole my shampoo, my special herbal shampoo, to use for one of his scientific experiments.
Couldn't you just use soap?
Are you kidding? Soap on my hair?
Look, if you use soap, just this time, I'll go into town first thing tomorrow and get you a big bottle of shampoo.
Men!
No one's home.
Andrew, where's the dictionary?
The dictionary.
Yes, I've got to speak English assignment due tomorrow, and I can't find the dictionary.
Well, I think it's safe to assume it's not in the workshop. Have you looked in the house?
Yes, I have, and it's not there.
Well, go look again.
Thanks. What happened to you? I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, what happened to you?
I want to talk about it.
Well, you're gonna talk about it. You have a black eye.
So the other kid got 2.
Oh, Jimbo.
Got this note for you.
What's this?
You gotta see my teachers tomorrow.
What? Tomorrow morning?
It wasn't my fault. The other kids drew first blood.
Get in the house and wash up.
What happened to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
What happened to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
We're supposed to be at Mr. Kraft's house.
Yeah, I know. I had a little trouble with the truck.
You had another accident.
No, the tire was flat and the spare was too.
Okay, who was supposed to go into town last week and get the spare fixed?
I know, it's my fault. Listen, you have a bicycle pump around here?
Bicycle pump? What good's the bicycle pump?
Look, it's my problem. I'll solve it, all right?
Okay, the bicycle pump's out in the shed. With the bicycle.
Thanks.
What else could possibly go wrong?
Have no fear, Aunt Patsy's here.
Hi, I'm Mark Weaver, and this Saturday night at CINEKYD's Family Movie Night, we will be presenting The Golden Age of Comedy. Winner of 2 Academy Awards and 6 Academy Award nominations, this film successfully compiles the funniest bits of Hollywood's classic comedians. Admission is by donation of $2. The doors open at 7 o'clock and the show starts at 7:30. For further information, call 659-4696. This Saturday night, you can relive the golden age of comedy. Don't miss it.
Okay, I sincerely hope you are able to join us this weekend at CINEKYD. This is the place to go to the movies. And I don't think you're going to find, for the members of your family, any finer entertainment. During this holiday season, when you're looking for something to do to sort of break up the shopping, it's nice to get together in the comfort of the Roger L. Gordon Odeon here at CINEKYD and enjoy an evening of non-theatrical feature entertainment presented as only the kids of CINEKYD can stage an evening. So come on out this Saturday night. If you need information, then do give us a call at 659-4696. And before or after the film, take an opportunity and visit the CINEKYD campus. Stop by and see where so much activity that involves area young people takes place. I do hope that you'll be with us next week as we present yet another new series. Until then, this is Bob Clark. Good night, and God bless.
I'm lucky enough to have been with CINEKYD since, well, before the very beginning. Bob Clark and a handful of us students and teachers laid the foundation for CINEKYD over 10 years ago. The first track program met in 1974 in the basement of his house. This remarkable new organization quickly outgrew the Clark home. So then, as with every project since, kids and adults worked together to move the organization to here at 129 Sherwood Road. Here we had a little more breathing room, and over the next few years, we expanded our facilities as our enrollments grew, like building a home brick by brick, until, as we always knew we would, we occupied the entire building. All along the way, we knocked down walls, built rooms, paneled, carpeted, painted, did all the work ourselves with minimal outside support. That's part of the good feeling that the staff, kids, and parents feel about this place. It's ours. We've built it ourselves. You can share that feeling too by getting in on the ground floor of a new project, helping CINEKYD to grow enormously in the future, to reach more kids than ever before. You see, when it comes to meeting CINEKYD's overhead expenses, we have two choices. We could raise all our income from tuition fees, but even though our professional staff is entirely volunteer, our costs continue to rise. Rising tuitions would mean that more and more families would be unable to afford us. We'd end up with an elitist and very expensive program, and that's not what we want, so that's why we've stuck to the other route. We keep tuition as low as possible by supplementing that income through outside sources. These diverse sources provide us with a solid financial support, but each of them requires efficient administration. So the only way we can continue to grow is to provide an environment for our financial people in which they can operate efficiently. Right now, CINEKYD's business people and parent volunteers are spread out all over the campus in small areas that they share with the production people. So we're turning this former lawnmower repair shop into a business suite. As always, we're doing the work ourselves, in effect building it brick by brick. The total budget for this project is $10,000. Our staff, kids, and parents will put in $5,000 in the form of manual labor, donated materials, and donated expertise. That leaves $5,000 we'll raise from other sources, and that's where you have a chance to help out. We'll do all the work, and you'll supply the materials when you buy a brick. Your engraved brick in the new lobby will be a permanent reminder of your contribution to CINEKYD's future. Your donation of $25, $50, $75 builds for the future. So your donation to this project will be worth much, much more than its face value, because we're building more than just a facility here. We're building a system that will work to keep tuition low, a system that will allow us to serve more families, to do more of what CINEKYD does so well. We'll always look back at this project and say, this was a turning point. This was the year we began to reach out to more kids than was ever possible before. Those of us who helped to make it happen will always share a special sense of accomplishment. Share that feeling with us. Buy a brick.